Potatoes are such a staple everywhere you go. Not only are they really affordable, but they also take well to transformation. So today we're making potato and zucchini waffles with lots of herbs, topped with some of my favorite breakfast items. To get started, we'll first chop up all of our herbs. I've got basil, flat leaf parsley, and chives. Potatoes are really great because they'll take on just about any flavor you give them. So a variety of herbs will work here, but so will a variety of toppings. Now the idea behind this dish really comes from potato pancakes. In my family, they come around during Hanukkah and we call them latkes. But the downside about potato pancakes is that you have to fry them and use a lot of oil, so they're not really the healthiest thing to have in the morning. So by using a waffle iron, not only are we cutting out a lot of that oil, but we're giving it a new presentation, because anything in waffle form is amazing. So we have our parsley and our basil, and now we'll add in chives. And I love chives because they give you a really delicate, oniony flavor without totally hitting you over the head. And we'll put all of those herbs into our bowl. There are over 100 varieties of potatoes, and each one of those fits into 7 types. You have red, yellow, blue, white, fingerling, russet, and petite. In this case, we're using russet potatoes. The reason that I'm using it today is because it's really starchy, and it'll take on the flour and the eggs that'll hold the waffle together. So first, we'll peel the skin. And in certain scenarios, it's completely okay to leave the skin on. Just make sure you give it a good scrub. The skin is full of fiber, and it's great if you're just doing oven-baked fries. But for the waffles, we'll peel the potato. When you're choosing your potato, there are a couple things you want to look for. First, you want to make sure that it's really firm. Any soft spots means that it's probably no good anymore. Avoid any bruising or any deep cuts. Avoid those and you'll have great potatoes. So we're just going to grate 1 potato. That's more than enough for 2 to 4 waffles, depending on how large your iron is. Let's add our second 2 main ingredients, zucchini and onion. So for the zucchini and the onion, we'll do the same thing. Just grate it and combine it with the potato. The key to really crispy potato waffles or even potato pancakes is to make sure you get out as much water as possible. Otherwise, you just end up with a really soggy mess. So in order to do this, all you need is a clean dish towel and a colander. You can also use a cheesecloth here, but a dish towel is just fine. And we'll take all of our ingredients and put it in the dish towel. Now you have to use a little muscle. So gather the edges and just start wringing it out. And you can see just how much water is packed in those vegetables. So just keep wringing out, and when you think you're done, keep wringing because you're not. The drier you can get them, the crispier your waffles will be. All right, one last squeeze. And now they should be pretty dry. So we'll set that aside. And we'll let our veggies join all of our herbs. Well, most of the water is gone. We'll just add a few other ingredients that are really typical of waffles anyway. So we have 2 eggs. And if you're making this recipe for a bigger crowd, a nice rule of thumb is 1 egg for every vegetable. Or if you're just doing it with potatoes, 1 egg for every potato. Same thing, 1 tablespoon of flour for every egg. So just a couple tablespoons of flour there. That'll help bind it all together. Plenty of salt to bring out the flavor. Salt and potatoes are just a classic combination. When have you had French fries without plenty of salt on them, right? So now I'll just add some pepper and we'll start heating up our iron. This is a beautiful dish. It comes out so colorful, and it's a perfect base for whatever you want to put on top. The more you let this sit, the more water is going to come out. So you want to work pretty quickly and get these on the waffle iron as soon as you can. Our waffle iron is hot. I've got it on medium heat. because these waffles do take a little bit longer. We want the potatoes to cook through. So they'll be in there for about 10 minutes. But before they go in, we'll give them a quick spray with cooking spray to make sure they don't stick. And then we'll just put them right in there. That's good. While our waffles are cooking, let's go ahead and prep the rest of our ingredients. For the topping, we'll keep it pretty basic. I have some fresh baby arugula here that I'll dress with a little lemon, some olive oil, and a little salt and pepper. The arugula is going to be great because it adds a little bit of a peppery flavor, where the zucchini adds sweetness, plus it'll add a little brightness to the dish. Now, the second two ingredients for the toppings are sour cream, which is classic on potato pancakes, and smoked salmon. So we'll just get a few pieces here. This is a really classic combination that'll go well over our waffles, which should be done. If they're done, they'll be crispy on top, which they are, and they should leave the waffle iron pretty easily. Look at how beautiful they are. And you want to serve these right away, but if you can't, if you want to make more, all you have to do is set your oven to 200 degrees and put them directly on the oven rack to keep them warm and crispy. So all that's left is to top them. There are so many ways you can use potatoes, but here we've highlighted them in a new take on the traditional potato pancake. Bon appetit.